Constance Thoroughgood recognized the look on her daughter's face. With her gracious smile kept serenely in place, she signalled the major domo, and when he rang his bell, she stood up. "I believe the ladies will retire for a few minutes. Mr. Thoroughgood?" Gerald Thoroughgood gulped down the rest of his champagne, then also rose, dabbing at his mouth with his embroidered linen napkin. "Very good, my dear. Gentlemen, let us adjourn to have a smoke. I have some very good cigars from the West Indies." In spite of Eliza's earlier irritation with Perry, she was inordinately grateful when it was he who helped her from her chair and not Michael. If the perfect Michael Johnstone had taken her arm, she feared her lungs would have exceeded their meagre abilities, and she would have suffocated on the spot. Why had her parents ever insisted on pairing her with such a paragon? Yes, the two of them were well suited on the surface, equals in both social standing and wealth, but he was incredibly handsome, excessively so, and while she was attractive enough, or so her several other suitors had vowed, she was hardly up to Michael's standard. Added to that, he was smart, quick-witted, and comfortable in any social situation. Whatever the circumstances, at a hunt, in the game room, handling his family's properties, or expounding in the House of Lords, Michael was the master of every domain. She knew because her parents and brothers and every other relative she had constantly pointed it out to her. By contrast, she was a shy and retiring little mouse, content to sit and read or do decorative needlework. She was neither flashy nor even very amusing. Her cousin Jessica Haberton fit that description far better than she. Why Michael had pursued her instead of Jessica was quite beyond her understanding. At first, of course, she'd been flattered when he'd singled her out for attention. During her season, he'd attended every party she did, dancing with her as often as was deemed socially acceptable. He'd called on her at least once a week and brought her several thoughtful gifts, including an enamelled thimble, an inscribed needle-case book, and a pincushion decorated with tiny shells. It was at that point, when his intentions became clear, that she had begun to panic. If she married Michael, she would have to run his several households, entertain his vast array of friends and associates, and generally perform the same sort of role in his life that her mother did for her father, only on a larger scale. While Eliza took pride in her home and loved making it beautiful, she was not good at the entertaining end of it. Her mother was. She drew people in effortlessly and had the knack of putting everyone at ease. But Eliza knew she could never do that. She didn't begin to know how. And besides, she was ill. She'd been sickly all her life. Oh, why must she marry Michael? Why must she marry anyone at all? She'd much rather remain at home, at least for a few more years. "Are you all right, my dear?" her mother asked, as she supported Eliza's arm and directed her toward the drawing-room. "Can you breathe all right?" "If I could just have a minute's privacy," Eliza murmured, her voice shaky and thin. Her mother steered her without further comment toward the special bedroom they kept for Eliza on the main floor of the enormous residence. They still felt she was not strong enough to use the stairs on a regular basis. Too hard on her weak lungs, they said. It might bring on one of her attacks of short breath, they warned her. But Eliza would far rather endure the rigors of stair climbing than the rigors of marriage to Michael. "Clotilda, do you think we should prepare a steam tent?" Constance asked, once the doors were closed behind them. "Maybe if I just loosen her gown and bathe her wrists and neck. Quick now, we have only a few minutes." Constance Thoroughgood turned her gentle brown eyes on her daughter. "Now, Eliza, you must not let yourself become..."